Facebook ads and Instagram ads, and also we're going to look at some metrics that is going to help us learn about advertisement much more in detail. Before we move further ahead into Facebook marketing and Facebook ads, it's very important for you to understand a particular theory, right? And which I called as a flywheel theory. Now, what this theory particularly helps you with is that it's going to tell you that every different stages, what is the kind of content you should be creating and what is the kind of content you should be producing, right? For example, the first stage is attract stage. Now, in attract stage, what happens is that how usually would you attract a particular customer to your product or services? How would you do that? You might be giving out an information, right? Some sort of guide, some sort of help is something that you will be doing, right? So informative content, which is guide based, it's going to help you with the attractive stage, right? So that is when you're going to attract strangers, right? So as soon as, let's say, anybody who's coming to your shop or anybody who's coming to any sort of advertisement is very new to you, right? So how do you attract those strangers? Through your information, through the value that you provide to them. That is an attract stage. As soon as they're attracted, as soon as they've gotten that particular, now what is the prospects, right? Those are the prospects now, right? So in prospects, what would you be doing? You would be engaging them. How would you engage them? You would be probably asking them question and answer, right? Probably will be giving out a freebies or something to them, right? To help them out, right? And once they move from prospects to their customers, they enter a delight stage where you try to build a very real-time connection with the audiences that you have, and you give them an authority to ask you questions, right? Once they are par the level of customers and everyone, then they become the promoter for your brand, right? And that is how your overall growth happens, right? It's a very beautiful flywheel cycle that is there. Now I'm going to help you understand some basic terminologies before we look into advertisements, right? So first terminology is impression. Now what do I say when I say impression? Impression is basically the number of time your advertisement is displayed on a user screen. Each time your ad is shown, it's can't get counted. For example, in my screen, if it pops 2 times, it means 2 impressions, right? So how many times your ad is getting displayed is basically impressions, right? Now what is a reach? Reach is basically unique numbers of users who have seen those ads. Right now I'm seeing one ad 2 times, it's counted as 2 impressions. But if I have to talk about reach, then it would count as 1 reach, right? Because it counts as unique things, right? So the metric counts only each user once, regardless of how many times they see your advertisement. Okay, now let's move a further little more into it and we talk about clicks. Now what is a click? As soon as you click on somebody's ad, that is what a basically click is. The number of times you click on somebody's advertisement, that is basically what click is. Now this what this depicts is that if somebody really likes your ad, then only they will click on it. So it indicates a sort of engagement with the ad content that you have just presented to your customer, right? Now there is another concept which is called CTR. CTR is basically click-through rate. Now what happens in click-through rate is that a percentage of user who clicks on your ad after seeing it, right, you divide them by the number of impressions that has been made so far, right? So users, the number of users who have seen your advertisement divided by the numbers of overall impressions that has been made, multiply by 100. That is something that is your click-through rate, right? Then comes CPC, which is cost per click. Now CPC is basically the average cost that you have to bear if somebody is clicking on your advertisement, right? It is calculated by total overall cost that has happened onto your ads divided by the number of clicks that has happened so far, so that you're able to figure out that per click how much it costed you. All right, then comes CPM, so which is cost per mile. Now cost per mile is basically, it is a term which is used in advertisement, which basically talks about that how much does it cost to show an ad to 1,000 people, right? So basically that is what cost per mile is. Okay, now let's talk about conversion. If somebody clicks on your ad and make a purchase, then it becomes a conversion, right? If somebody is actually like becoming your customer at the end of the day, it's basically a conversion. All right, conversion rate is what? Conversion rate is number of times a person has gotten converted, who has completed a desired action, upon the number of times they have clicked. All right, so number of times they have clicked can also include conversion and can also include not conversions, right? So conversions upon number of times they have clicked. All right, and you multiply them what, how many 100, you multiply them by 100, right? Then comes the frequency. The frequency is that each time a user, how many times a user is seeing your advertisement. For example, in my screen I saw the ad 2 times, so the frequency is what? The frequency is 2. Per user is seeing 2 times the ad. All right, when I'm running an advertisement, what is my visual, what is my text that is going to be like, what my image, what my videos, what my headline, what my body text will include, right? That is what ad creatives are. All right, then comes objective. In objective, what happens is that the objective that you would like to achieve with your ad campaign, that is what is objective is, right? So the objective could be of any number of times, like It could be that you just want awareness, either it's just you want just traffic, or either you just want engagement, right? It depends upon you and what your business goals is. All right, then bidding is what? The maximum amount that you're willing to pay for your ads to be shown and to be clicked on, right? This basically allows you to actually set your bids manually also, or Facebook can automatically optimize it as per your campaign objective, right? This basically set your rate for the amount that you're willing to pay. Right now comes the campaign. So campaign is basically the highest level of organization. Like, if I talk about Facebook ads and everything, it's higher in the hierarchy, okay? And it represents a overall advertisement objective. What is the overall objective of this particular campaign, right? So let's say if you want to increase the website traffic, the campaign objective will be what? Traffic, right? Let's say if you want to engagement, then your campaign will be what? Engagement. All right, so it focuses on very specific things, right? Then comes ad set, then comes the ad, right? So in ad set, what happens is that within each campaign you can create one ad set, right, where you can define your audience, you can define the budget that you have, you can define the schedule, you can define the placement of your advertisement, that where would you like your advertisement. Do you want it on Instagram, do you want it on Facebook, where exactly on Instagram, and where exactly where, right? Here you can select the demographics as well. Here you can select the interest and the behaviors and the locations also, right? And if you're promoting a product, you might create different ads, right, to target different age groups or geographic locations, right? So ad set can have its own budget and its schedule, and within those ad sets you can have small ads, right? Those are individual ads that you create, and those basically includes your images, videos and everything, and multiple ads can be created within one ad set, and you can just run different ads, small ads into an ad set, and you can see that which one is performing better, which one is giving you a higher reach, and whoever is paying you, like giving you a higher reach, possibly you can bet a little bit more on that particular part of it. Right, let's move ahead a little and let's learn some basic terminologies which we have already seen. Now let's look at some examples. So for example, here campaign, my objective is conversion, so I've written conversion over here. Right, now what I want is that my objective is conversion. Now you want people to buy your dresses, right? So what would you create a campaign? You will create a campaign which will basically help you with selling your dresses and everything. Okay, so what is the campaign name that you've set up? Is summer dress sales, right? Something like this. Then ad set. So you have written ad set here, summer dress sale, and within that you have decided different age groups. So 18 to 30 you're targeting, 30 to 50 you're targeting, fashion and everything. You have seen here you're actually mismatching the age as well. You're you're adding the climate as well, the interest and hobbies and everything. Now every ad set have their own individual budget, right? And every budget is very different from one another because the audience is very different from one another, right? Within those each ad set you have the small advertisement wherein you have inserted your image, where you've inserted the pictures of the girls, and you have written a captions also, right? So that is basically what your campaign, ad set and advertisement is all about. Right, now before we move towards advertisement part of the Facebook and everything, let's just learn some very basic difference between a page and a profile. So profile is basically a personal account created by you on Facebook, right? It represents a specific purpose, it represents a specific user that people and friends interact with, right? Profile have privacy settings and everything. Alright, whereas page is something which is very different from that. Now page is a very public profile that you have. It's created usually by businesses, public figures and brands because it's visible to everyone, right? And it represents entity rather than like an individual, such as businessmen, bands and everyone, right? The page helps you connect with the audience, share your updates, promote your products, engage with the followers. That is when, like you might have noticed, a lot of business accounts have this pages over there, right? Then comes the feature. So the page provides you with insight, analytic options, right? Call to actions, right? Pages don't have friends, pages have followers, profile have friends, all right? Pages are public by default. You don't have to set it to private and no public. They are public only, okay? Now this is the difference between a profile and this is the difference between a page over here. Alright, here also you can see a difference over here. You have to set up a particular page, then you have to make sure that this is particularly full, the header. Your profile is also there, profile picture needs to be there, cover photo needs to be there, page name should be there, category of the page, description, everything needs to be perfectly there. Then only you will consider as a optimized profile. Now here we're going to learn, after learning about terminologies and everything, we're going to learn about how do you run your ads on Facebook and how do you run your ads on Instagram, right? The basic things that you need to run your ads on Facebook is that you have to create an account on Facebook Manager, and then you can start creating your advertisement through Facebook account manager. Right now what you have to do is choose an objective. As stated earlier, there are different objectives that are there, right? So you have to select one objective. That do you want it for growth purpose, do you want it for conversion purpose, what is your purpose? Then you have to decide on your audience, then the budget, then you create your advertisement, right? So here what you have to do is choose an objective. As stated earlier, there are different objectives that are there, right? So you have to select one objective. That do you want it for growth purpose, do you want it for conversion purpose, what is your purpose? Then you have to decide on your audience, then the budget, then you create your advertisement, right? So you just have to create an account over here, After you create your account, you just have to fill in some details. Click on add manager. After clicking on add manager, you can just add your pages also, right? As soon as you add the pages and everything, you can just add page, you can create page. If you don't have a page, you can create a page. But if, let's say, if your client is there who already have a page and you want to add it to your profile, then you can just click on add page. All right, then here you can select the categories of your pages and everything, that what exactly would be coming here, right? You can select that what is the category of your page is like. You can customize your page also. You can add a profile picture, you can add a cover picture also. You can connect it on WhatsApp as well. If you want, you can add a call to action button as well, right? If you want, you can connect the page also with your Instagram account. I would highly suggest to do that because it helps you better with advertisement part. All right, after doing that, just create a ad account, right? So create a ad account over here, right? As soon as you click a ad account over here, just select your details over here, Indian rupees and all those things, right? Select up a payment option, everything. As soon as you do that, add a business like account ID. All right, as soon as you do that, you will be able to see that you have full access to everything. So just in case you didn't have a control over the page, then now you have gotten the control over that page. Now you're going to create your campaign. So how would you create a campaign? Just go on campaigns. After you click on campaigns, just click on add manager. As soon as you click on add manager, just go on create, right? As soon as you click on create, it's going to give you a few options. You can decide which is the option that you want. Let's say you go for the awareness one, right? As soon as you go for the awareness one, there are a few options that you will be able to see, right? So reservation basically helps you reserve a ad space in advance for a fixed price. All right, so you directly negotiate with Facebook and the placement costs you something, right? So wherever you want to place your advertisement, you will have to give a particular amount to it, and it has been reserved, right? Reservation is basically typically used for large scale advertisement campaigns where the advertiser want a guarantee ad placements and are willing to commit a certain budget upfront, right? So that is something what reservation is, that upfront you're ready to commit anything of that particular amount. Now comes the auction. So in auction, what happens is that advertisers compete with each other for ad space in real time, right? When you choose an auction, you can set a bid amount of how much you're willing to pay. Whoever bids the highest will actually get that particular slot. Then here are a few proper examples of the campaigns. So here is an awareness one, here is an app promotion one, sales one, leads one, engagement one, and traffic ones, right? As soon as I click on those, I will move ahead and I'll select the categories and I'll select that do I want to go for auction or do I want to go for reservations. I'll just went with auction, right? From here you can decide the categories that if it fits into this category, select. If it doesn't, then move ahead. All right, after that, you're going to do, let's say if you want to do A/B testing. Now what do I mean by A/B testing? A/B testing is basically if you want to run two different kind of ads to different kind of an audiences, that is what A/B testing is. Instead of running one ad, you're running two advertisements, right? Another thing is advantage campaign budget. So if you want there is an advantage campaign budget should be there for you, right, which is going to help you with more results, right? Then just select okay to it. All right, after that, select a daily budget. As soon as you select a daily budget, you can just set an amount to it, that you want to set 100, 50, 200, what exactly it is, right? And you can move ahead with it. There is an option of daily and lifetime budget. Daily is for per day, and lifetime is that you can select a particular range of days, right? So here you see, if you want to continuously invest, then daily budget is good, but if you want for a specific length of time, then lifetime budget is really great. Right now here you can see that the campaigns and everything has been run here. So new awareness campaigns and everything has been run. Your conversion here, how would you get a conversion? Through instant form. So that is what I've selected over here. Our performance goals and everything, how would you measurize your performance goal and everything? So this is what I've written, that maximum reach of the ads. That is how I'm going to define it as, right? Here you can see that there's campaign, ad set, and then advertisement. So you can just name the followings as well. All right, here I've set up a daily budget and everything. Here I want to select that where do I want the traffic to? Do I want it on Facebook? Do I want it on Instagram? Where do I exactly want the traffic to? So I'm selecting website, right? After that, you're going to choose your audience. So in audience, you have to select that what is the location of your audience, what is the age of your audience, what is the gender of your audience, what is the language of your audience, what is the education background of your audience, what is the work financial status of your audiences. Everything you're going to go into depth of it. After you have selected your audience, you're going to decide that do you want to manually go for the placement ones? You want to decide that where would you get a spot, or do you want to go to automatic one? Because in automatic one, you don't decide where you get a spot, you just have to be there where you are, right? So he let to choose the automatic one, right? After that, you can see that all the devices has been selected, all the platforms has been selected, right? Now you finally go on to create an advertisement, right? So whenever you create an advertisement, there's a carousel advertisement that is there, right? There's a single advertisement that is there, but with call to action that has already been mentioned over here. Now that you have learned about Facebook ads, let's just talk about Instagram advertisement itself. So Instagram advertisement, you can run through either Facebook as well, or either you can do it individually as well. So whenever you're posting on Instagram, there is an option that you see if you have a public profile, which is boost post. Click on boost post. As soon as you click on boost post, it's going to ask you that what do you want? Do you want profile visit? Do you want people to message you on WhatsApp? Do you want website visit? What exactly are you looking for? right? Whatever that you're looking for, just click on that. If let's say if you're looking for messages, just click on messages, then decide your audience name, what is the location of your audience, and what is the age group of your audience, right? As soon as you do that, then you're going to decide a budget. Now budget is going to be in terms of budget daily and then duration of it. So let's say you decided that daily you want to spend 200 rupees for the over a course of 6 days, so it's going to count you for about 1200. Okay, and after that you can just review your ad and you can just click on boost your ad. Okay, now after you have learned about running your advertisements on Instagram, also let's learn about analytics. Okay, it's a very important thing. So if I talk about the analytics of advertisements as well, so you can just see over here that how many likes and share this particular advertisement has gotten. I've just mentioned it over here: 5,000, 2,000, 1,000 and 8,000, right? How many account it has reached, so that is like how many account it has reached uniquely, how many account has actively engaged, I mean liked or something, or how many profile activity has happened so far. All right, then comes the followers and the non-followers. So majority of them are non-followers and maximum of them majority of them are non-followers and minimum of them are like our followers, right? So which indicates that people do see our content but they don't end up following our content also, right? So it's also telling me that where is the drawing impressions from. Is it drawing it from home, explore page, profile, or other things? So here I can see the percentage breakdown of it, that where exactly they are driving their advertisement from. Then comes engagement. So engagement here means post interactions. So how many people have liked your content, how many people shared your content, how many people commented on your content. That is something that comes into post interactions. Then comes the profile activity, wherein you're going to see that how many users have visited your profile, how many clicked on the external link of your profiles if you have a profile activity going on. All right, and then we have also talked about the reel insights. If you have any reels that has been running, then what is the engagement of it? Is it going or not? Is it going viral or not? Is it saving or not, right? If not, then what is the problem that you're facing over there? Then react and everything. So reactions and reach is something which is very important. So that has also been here mentioned, that plays, initial plays, replays, and all those things has been mentioned here. Then audience retention rate has also been mentioned here, right? So here you can see that this is the professional dashboard. If I just click on the professional dashboard of it, I will be able to see all the details of it, that how this particular page is performing, what is the total followers and everything of this particular advertisement, right? Here is some achievement tools, branded tools, paid partnership, ads and advertisements, and lots of things. Okay, then here comes the followers, that which is the most active time your followers are at, right? And then it talks about your followers, that what is the timeline of your followers and everything was there. And then it basically talks about your the age group and the gender and everything. That is what it mentions about. Okay, now there are various tools that is there in the market to basically schedule your post. What I would suggest is go for Sprout Social or go for Publer. So whenever you're going for Publer or Sprout Social, you just have to set up a profile. How do you do it? That just click on Instagram profile, possibly connect your Facebook profile with your Instagram profile, so that each of it will have its own benefits to it. Then you make sure that you've completed this particular website, continue on it, and here you're good to go. So you can just post anything and it will be reflected onto your website. That is it for the advertisement class of Facebook ads and analytics that we have seen of Instagram today. Thank you so much.